Now, similarly, the Labour Union has commenced enforcing the strike action by closing and locking government agencies, including the National Assembly and Federal Secretariat. On Tuesday, reports from Abuja and Nigeria's commercial city, Lagos, indicated that the stay-at-home order had a minimal level of compliance, but things took a different dimension today as Labour members were seen locking government offices and leaving workers stranded. Our correspondent, Marvelous Obomanu, is on ground to give us update. Hello, Marvelous. Thank you so much for joining me on the news this morning.
Yeah, hello, Dashen.
All right, so it seems a lot of workers are unhappy about this particular strike. Can you tell us and give us an update on what is actually going on at the moment?
Yeah, Dashen, as you are aware, the strike started yesterday on Tuesday, and of course, we noticed a minimal level of compliance here in the nation's capital, Abuja, and some other reports coming from around the country that it had minimal level of compliance. But of course, the whole thing took a different turn this morning as most of the Nigerian workers were on their way to work. And of course, when the guests got to their working places, they saw that, their gate has been closed. And of course, the Federal Secretariat, where you see most government ministries, departments, and agencies where they are located, all of the gates are all shut down, including the nation's parliament. It's also locked, and some of these workers we met on ground were visibly angry, expressing their displeasure that they all came to work this morning. They left all their houses to commence business activities of the day, only to find out that their working places have all been locked down. So they are very angry about it. And of course, beyond the National Assembly and the Federal Secretariat, we also saw some workers, trekking long distances. We see other people, including private workers, trekking because we had almost a shutdown of police stations. We don't have fuel here in Abuja. Some of them are actually trekking to work. Where I'm standing currently is known as the Labour House. That is the office of the Nigerian Labour Congress. And a while ago, we saw the former Inspector General of Police, Mike Okiro, with some other individuals making entrance into the Labour House to have a meeting with the NLC president, which some people are saying it could be connected to the strike action. Maybe they are here to dialogue to see if the NLC can actually, stand down the planned nationwide strike action. Back to the studio.
All right, Marvelous. But I was going to ask if you had an idea of when there will be a sit-down for the labor unions and also the government to, come to a compromise. But what do you think would actually happen in case they don't come to a consensus?
Yesterday, we had an unconfirmed report that the Ministry of Labour was going to sit down with the leadership of the organized labor union. But at the end of the day, that meeting did not hold. And just this morning, just like I informed you, we saw the former Inspector General of Police, although we don't know what the reason for his visit is, but some people are saying it's not unconnected to the planned nationwide strike action, which today is day 2, to see if they can dialogue with the NLC president. But at the end of the day, this is not the first time the Nigerian Labour Congress and the organized labor unions are having a strike action, just to tell the government that the plight of the Nigerian workers are getting up to their neck and they can no longer handle it. They've had a series of interventions, both from the Ministry of Labour and directly with the presidency. At the end of the meeting, what they heard are all promises that things to be done. So this time around, they've also decided to go on another strike, more especially, of course, the assault that was meted on the NLC president at Owerri, the State capital, plus other issues that have been on the table that government have promised that they were going to look into. So we don't know when that sit-down may be, but at the end of the day, the strike may still continue if we don't have any concrete information to the meeting with NLC, with other government representatives. But at the end of the day, if we don't have that meeting, it's possible that the strike action will continue.
All right, well, thank you so much, Marvelous. We do hope that the sit-down commences soon enough and workers get back to doing their jobs. Thank you so much. And we'll get to, hear more from you in our subsequent bulletin, Marvelous.
All right, Dashen, thank you so much.